Is there a need for Congress to respond to China and Japan? Would retaliation do more harm than good? I'm joined now by two of the lawmakers who took part in today's hearing, looking at both countries' currency practices and whether Congress should retaliate in some way. Congressman Wally Herger is the ranking Republican on the Trade Subcommittee, the Ways and Means Committee. Congressman Tim Ryan is an Ohio Democrat. He's proposed legislation that takes aim at China and Japan and other countries with undervalued currencies. Thanks to both of you for joining us today. And let me begin with you, if I could, Congressman Herger. What did you hear today from the testimony, and did it alter your opinion in any way, whether or not Congress should get involved here in terms of dealing with these issues?
Well, I heard that Congress is very unhappy with China, with its policies, with its underpriced, undervalued currency, and that China needs to begin making the greater progress in the future to make sure that we're playing on a level playing field. That's what I heard. I think what is important also is that we play this strong and hard, but we also keep everything in perspective, that we not do anything that in some way would affect higher tariffs through the WTO being inflicted on us in retaliation. So I think there's that balance that we need to be playing.
And Congressman Ryan, from your perspective, you've been calling for action against China and Japan, for countries that do undervalue their currency, manipulate their currency. Were you convinced today that there is a need for Congress to take action, or are you getting any sort of pause, if you will, from folks who suggest that such action might do more harm than good?
Well, I don't believe the sky's going to fall if Congress acts. I think we need to be firm on this issue, and I think you saw a lot of concern from a variety of people across party lines, pro-free traders, anti-free traders, Democrats, Republicans, business, labor, from that committee today, a deep, deep concern about China's currency issue. And what my point was to the undersecretary that testified today is that my piece of legislation, Ryan Hunter, gives teeth to the law, and it allows the administration to go and have the tools they need to negotiate with China. We've been hearing a lot of talk, but I think if Congress applies the pressure, the administration will then deliver that pressure to China, and hopefully we'll get a more decent perspective on what China needs to do at the end of the day. Nobody wants to pass legislation. No one wants to play hard with China. This isn't China bashing. This is our companies are not benefiting from a trade agreement. And China is not abiding by what they said they would abide by when they joined the WTO, and that's playing by the international rules. So we want to give the administration and the president the tools that he needs to deal with China.
Congressman Herger, what's your take on that? Sounds reasonable that it's time for Congress to be able to help the administration do this, complete this battle, if you will, with China and these other countries. This is legislation that would help them do that.
Well, I think that is reasonable. I think Congressman Ryan explained it very well. The administration does need to have the tools so that the Chinese know that we are serious. My concern is that we not overplay this, which I don't see us doing, but that we not overplay it. Let's say if we had this legislation, and if which many feel is not World Trade Organization compliant in certain areas, that we play it in a way that could end up hurting us as the largest trading nation in the world. That's only my concern. But I think this was a very good and helpful hearing today. I think the direction that Congressman Ryan is going in is a good one, but it's something we want to have that stick, and however be very careful how we use it.
Congressman Ryan, are you more convinced than ever after participating in this hearing today, some 70 lawmakers apparently taking part, the three subcommittees getting together, that there is the political will in Congress, both House and Senate, to pass something?
Yeah, I think something's going to happen. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't know what the form is going to be. I don't think it's going to be my bill in particular, the Ryan Hunter bill, but I think it's going to be some version. You know, when you have three committees, this was typical D.C. You've got to compromise with different committees and the administration. Something's going to happen. And again, the end of the line, we want to make sure that the administration has the tools that it needs, and recognize that if China does value their currency at the proper value, some say 10, 20, 30% difference, that means investment in the United States. That means the Chinese citizens have a RMB that is worth more, so that they're going to be able to purchase more of our products. I think this is a win-win. This isn't China bashing. This is about a global trading system that works for everybody, and that's at the end of the day, I think, what we're all going to work towards. But at the end of the day, we've got to provide the administration with the tools that they need to deal with the Chinese government through this.
Congressman Herger, there was a lot of discussion today about Japan as well. Do you have the same concerns about Japan and its currency?
I don't think it's not nearly as serious with Japan. We have had concerns with Japan over the years with their currency being undervalued. We do know that they've had 10 incredibly tough years, economic problems that they've had. So there's a little more of a reason with Japan, but certainly China. But we still have a concern with Japan. We have a major concern with China.
All right, we are going to have to leave our discussion there. We thank both of you, Congressman Wally Herger, Republican of California, Tim Ryan, Democrat from Ohio. Thanks to both of you for joining us here on Money in Politics. Certainly an issue we'll continue to follow. Next here on Money in Politics, who is the Oracle of Omaha supporting for president? Well, he can't quite make up his mind. That story when we come back.